Greetings from Test Prep Card. This is Manish. The question is, and this question is important for all those who are staying in US or abroad. Why should you prefer, why must you prefer NEET in India instead of here in US? Okay. I mean, there are three factors you must include in your decision, in your consideration when you are dealing with this question. The first question is the time factor. The second question is the money factor. And the third term, the type of education that you are getting, right? Your growth factor in future, right? Fine. So the thing is that when you are talking about the time, I mean, we have spoken with many doctors who have been, the doctors who did their NEET in India, and now they are the practicing medicos here in US, okay? At least 30, okay? So what they say, why they prefer NEET in India? They prefer NEET in India because of the time factor. When someone is asking you, or in your peer group, in your friend group, when you are sitting over the tea or the coffee, you simply say, remember my words. You say, in US, it takes 11 to 12 years. And in India, it takes 5 years, 5.5 years for this NEET, right? It means there is just double the difference of time. You said 11 and 12 years in order to do your MD here in US, okay? 11 to 12 years is not the right time scale. The right time scale, it could be 15, 17 or even 20. Why? Is everything working in your favor? Is it that in 11 years, after 8 years, when you start doing your MD and all, for 4 years, you get the college, you get the particular scheme or the particular batch, right? And you would be able to do as per that. Whether do you give yourself a guarantee that after 8 years, when after having got the required amount or the time or the type of education here in US, when you are applying to a medical college for MD, would you be given the stream of your choice? Would you be given the college of your choice? These are the biggest factor. And above all, would you be given the admission, because the seats are also limited? Do you give this guarantee to yourself? No. So practically it may take 17 to 18 years. You are looking about those who are at the top of the pyramid, hardly 1 or 2% of Indians who would be able to do with a timeline of 11 or 12 years. Whereas in India, right since the first day, you can give yourself assurance because you are here in US. You have prepared for NEET coaching with a test prep card. You got your result. You are getting into India in MBBS, in any other college, 28 state level colleges, or the colleges which are governed by the central government, which are in union territories or centrally ruled state. Okay. So you know that if your child is going to start his education in a year, so you can just add 5.5 years after that. That's it. Even if for some reason your child doesn't do USMLE, it means your child can easily do MD over there in India. He has not to waste the time. So the time it is taking you 17 years, 18 years, as per your scheme of thing, and that stays only your scheme of thing. There is no guarantee that even after 20 years you would be able to crack the exam and you would be able to do that. Am I right? You please contemplate all these questions with a great introspection. This is very, very important. Okay. So in India, once you have landed in India for MBBS, you know that it is going to take me exactly 5.5 years. And then if I want to do without any wait, I can do MD right from next year. So maximum how much? 5.5 years plus 2 years of MD, 7.5 years. By the time you get yourself prepared for MD over here in US, by the time you have finished your MBBS and MD, that's also in a very technical way, right? you have gone through all the components of MBBS and MD, right? You also do an internship in between. So when I said that you please consider three factors while doing MBBS here in India or in US or ever, I mean, the right word is your medical education in India or in US. We already told you the time. Okay, now you can compare 17, 18 years and then 7.5 years. You can take a decision. That's the first thing. Second thing is that here the exposure during your internship, right, or during your college education for MBBS and MD, the type of support you get from your senior doctors, the resident doctors, that type of support is not possible here in US. Here the things are very much self-sustained. A lot of things you have to do on your own. You struggle. Whereas in India, an expert person is there just to guide you. He's there to tell you that, okay, I mean, this is the right thing, this is the right stuff. And above all, the type of exposure that you enjoy there in India during your internship, dealing with prototype, I mean, the numbers of patients, doing the case studies, talking to them, understanding about the anatomy and the salt, the molecule, that is not possible here in US, right? So even you have done your MD and after that you start getting the exposure. Okay, it takes at least 10 to 12 years of exposure. This exposure point, this exposure factor is depending upon the number of patients you are dealing with. In India, during 1 year of internship, you can deal with a great number of patients, right? Because they are willing to meet you. You go in a hospital, they are going to meet you. They are willing to meet you. They want to tell you that I have this problem, I have that problem. So this helps a lot just to draft your knowledgeability in a very practical way during your internship of MBBS. Right. Good thing is that for this internship, you have not to go here and there and ask. The government is going to place you under the senior doctor, under the guidance of senior doctor. So the chances of making any sort of mistake during your diagnosis and everything is very less. And third and the biggest factor is what? The money. Here in US, the money that you pay for a medical education is 5 crore, 6 crore rupees. Whereas there in India, in state level government colleges, it is very much possible that you get admission just in 50,000. In AIMS, you can get admission in 50,000 for 4 years, 5 years. In state level colleges, because whatever fee is being charged by which state, it is basically a matter of discretion by that particular state. So that is never going beyond 26 lakh, 27 lakh for this complete degree of MBBS for 5.5 years. Right. So you can, I mean, here in US it's 20 times. Are you ready to pay that much? Plus in India you get early employment. If you are from the government college, you would be placed in the government college. You practice there, so the type of exposure and all. Even the private medical colleges in India, they would be charging you, I mean, definitely the charge is heavy. It's 1.5 crore or something, from 70 lakh to 1.5 crore. But even the fee for this private medical colleges, if we compare here in the US, that's a huge, huge difference, 3 times, 4 times, right? So these factors are very, very important from a medical education point of view in India. And this is the reason you must prefer India, you should choose India. Simply these factors are not sufficient. If you spend your time, if you keep on thinking, right, that the things will be in my favor as per my scheme of things, you are pretty much mistaken. You need to decide only in grade 9th when your child is ready for grade 9th. That is the right time just to begin your foundation program with a test prep card for grade 9th and 10th, where we create a very solid foundation of the student in physics, chemistry, biology, and math. Right? There are a lot of things which are very special. And then in grade 11th and 12th, you can do a fully fledged study. That's it. And you have got a very good chances. The syllabus of school and the syllabus of foundation as well as the NEET 11 and 12 is completely in synchronization whatever you study here in US. All these factors are in your favor. So what is stopping you now? The time is now. Simply send us a mail at info@testprepcard.com or just give your number over here in the comment section. Or you can just call us on this number +91 88 00 123492. We shall be in touch with you. Thank you very much.